Be still. I won't have you opening up your wounds after your fever has finally passed. You have been asleep for 3 days, and you are far from fully recovered. Even with the help of a healer, your injuries are severe enough that you will need weeks to be back in full, proper shape. Do not move unless absolutely necessary. I will admit, when my children brought you to the house of the Hearth and begged for me to save you, I did not know what to make of it. Strangers are unwelcome here, and those who enter my house must agree to certain terms. Alas, I seem to have a soft spot for those in my house, and even I have trouble saying no when they beg so sweetly. They did insist that you do not come from an unsavory background or hold any ill intentions towards us, and I am inclined to believe them. There is a reason why I chose them to be a part of my house, after all. They would not dare to lie to me about such a thing. Yes, they are perfectly safe. Do not worry. It seems that I have you to thank for that, from what they have told me. Saving them from an unruly character who hoped to capture something of value to me to be used against me. Indeed, perhaps I am in your debt. The children, at least, believe that they are in yours. However, I am not particularly interested in being in anyone's debt. Such things are dangerous. Even to one that my children insist has a good heart. Therefore, you should tell me what you want now, so that I may grant your wish as soon as possible, if it is within my power. Nothing? You would have saved them even if you hadn't known that they were part of my house? That will not do. If I give you nothing in return for my children's lives, then that will set a bad precedent. The house of the Hearth always pays its debts, after all. It is the way that we survive in this world. No one does anything for nothing. I will offer you a proposition, then. The children tell me that you do not have a place to stay, which is why they brought you to me, to the house. No one to care for you, no one to miss you. Certainly a sad situation, one that we are familiar with. Yes, indeed. Hear my proposition, then. I will treat your injuries until you have recovered, and as long as you swear not to harm those here, you may stay in the house. You will be given a room, for this place has many, and you will dine with us. Perhaps I may even have work for you. If you become too bored with wandering these halls, it can get lonely here. I will warn you, as we have duties to attend to and responsibilities to fulfill. Still, you wish to stay? So be it. For now, rest. Food will be brought to you soon, and I hope that you will eat every bite. Your body needs proper sustenance if it is to recover quickly. I will return later. Do not worry. Ah, I see that you are awake. Good. I've just finished with my appointments for the day and believe that it is time to change your bandages. You are still having trouble moving, are you not? That's to be expected. You were severely injured after all. Remember, you were out for 3 days. That is not to be taken lightly. It is in both of our interests to ensure that you do not reopen your injuries. I will help you sit up. What's the matter? Embarrassed? You do not need to worry. It is not as though I haven't seen it all before. Oh? Who did you think changed you out of your bloodied clothes and cared for your injuries earlier? I assure you, I have extensive medical experience. It is part of my trade, a necessary skill. And I am simply the best person here who could have ensured that your injuries were properly stitched and cared for. That is, unless you hope to seek a healer elsewhere. My children had insisted that you should not be brought out in the open, lest your attacker still sought you. Perhaps I should have... I see. Then I suppose you will simply have to put up with this. Your modesty is unnecessary. And, in fact, I would ask that you refrain from tensing up. It only makes my task more difficult. No, don't look away. It's important to observe your own healing process, don't you think? Or perhaps you prefer I remain oblivious to the flush on your face. How amusing. What a peculiar creature they brought me this time. You do not shy away from putting yourself in harm's way to save those of my house, and yet you blush at something as simple as this? Perhaps you are simply not used to having someone care for you. With no family in the city, no loved ones, all alone. Perhaps you are more of a solitary creature than you let on. When you are injured, you must suffer through it without someone to help you. When you struggle, you are alone in this endeavor. Perhaps that has changed you. I understand. Such suffering can turn any beautiful thing, any delicate thing, into something as hard as ice. We do what we must to survive in this world. Brace yourself. This may be a little uncomfortable. Good. Your injuries are healing well. You will keep a few scars for your efforts, of course, but it seems that you already have many of those. They tell of a life of hardship, of a life that has shaped you into what you are today. I can see that you have survived much, and it has made you stronger for it. Perhaps you will fit well into the house of the Hearth. There, all finished. Try to be more careful in the future. It has been a while since I played the part of the healer, and I cannot say that I am eager to see you injured again. You have shown unusual resilience, and for that alone my interest is piqued. If you are to stay here, then you should know that we are a family. Every member of the house contributes to the family in their own way. We protect one another from a world that would rather see us drowned. I hope that you will be no exception. The house will protect you, as will I, but for now, you need only to think of rest. Sleep. You are safe here, and I will return when you wake.